This is a video where I'm going to show you the day to night eyes that I would do using the Urban Decay Naked palette. I did my base before I started filming, and so I only changed the eyes and I changed the lip as well. When I worked in the office, quite often I would wear a tinted lip balm during the day and have a linered light smoky eye, and then in the evenings, if we were going straight out, I would amp it up a bit and add a bright lipstick. So that is what I'm going to show you now. So what I'm going to start off with is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is a mini version that you used to get with the Naked palette. And I really like this eyeshadow primer. I tend to think that if you're using an Urban Decay eyeshadow, you will need a primer. And this one's very good. There are cheaper ones available that are just good. There are cheaper and more expensive ones available that are less good. So this one is a good one to go for. Then I'm going to start by doing an eye that I would wear if I was going to the office or going to a meeting. I always wear a black eyeliner, and if you're transferring your makeup from day to night, a black eyeliner is really good because you've already got it there, so you can either add a flick or smoke it at the corner. It doesn't take very long, and the kind of fiddly bit is already done. So I'm going to start off with this one, which is Virgin. It has a very pale shimmer to it. Then I'm going to add a bit of Sin, which is the second one in, which is slightly pinker and has a bit more shimmer. I'm just going to add that down the centre of the eye. And I'm using the Urban Decay brush that you get with the palette. This is an old palette, so it's only got a brush on one end, but the new palette has a brush at each end. Then I'm going to use my favourite Urban Decay colour, which is Toasted, which is very good if you've got green or blue eyes, as it's a pinky tone. And I'm just going to put that on the outside corner and sort of up into the crease. We've just been given our moving date from this house, so although it'll be a while before I have a beautiful background to my videos, hopefully it won't be in such a state as this one. And I'm also sorry for my slightly gross coloured jumper, which is one of the warmest ones I've got because it is freezing in the UK at the moment. So I'm then going to use a, this is actually a crown brush, round crease brush, to just make sure that that top edge is blended out. One of the things I see most is makeup that is not blended out well, and you can get away with a lot of colour or a lot of product if that's what you want, but if you've blended it well, it will look completely different if you haven't blended it well. So now for the liner, I'm going to use Super Cat Fat Cat liner from Soap and Glory, which I was given to try, and so far I really like it. It's got a chiselled edge, so if you're lazy like me, it makes everything a bit quicker. So I've just done a really rough line with that. Then I'm going to get an angled brush and I'm going to use Creep from the Urban Decay palette, which has got a tiny bit of sparkle on it, but not so as much that you'd notice. I'm going to run that along the top, over the top of the pen that I've just done. If you're not a wearer of black eyeliner, then another colour that you can use is Dark Horse, which is there, or Hustle, which is that one, which will just give a bit more definition to the lashes if you run it along, but won't be as pronounced as the black, obviously. Now what I do is I slightly, at the corner, this is just a personal preference, is I just smudge it up a bit, and that's why I love using an angle brush for this, is that you can just smudge it up at the corner. You get the start of a smoky eye, but you've still got the pale colours that you used earlier. And then last bit of blending, and then mascara. I'm using the Daniel Sandler, I think it's called Pro Intense. This too has got a really good brush where it's normal bristles on either side and then it's flat in the middle, so you can apply the mascara with the normal bristle end and then kind of comb it through with the flat edge. And this is a really good day to night mascara because you can apply a layer of it on later on in the day and it goes on well. Your lashes don't get all crispy. Okay, so I would just use what I have left on the brush and run it under the lash line on the bottom. Sorry about the noise of the dogs. And then I've got my trusty fat brush mascara from Eyeshadow, which I always apply under the lashes, and I do it quite messily because I like a bit of a grungy look. So that is the day look. Quite subtle but slightly more dramatic on the corner, but by more dramatic I mean still very subtle. And then when I come back we will change this so that what I would be doing in the work loos if I was about to go out straight from the office. Okay, so you've got your eyes that you did before with the Naked palette, but you're going out, you want to make it a little bit more dramatic. What I tend to do is use something like Hustle or Dark Horse and just go in on the outer edge. Let's use Hustle. Okay, so I'm going to use Hustle and I'm going to start building this up from just above the black liner on the outside edge. And you want to go up in a sort of V shape. And you're going to blend. So the important thing about adding a darker colour is making sure that it's just blended out well. And building and blending. Now I'm just going to go in and pat a bit more of the second colour I used, which is Sin, onto the inside corner. And then I'm going to go back in over my black liner using Creep again. And again, I'm going to pull it up at the outside corner, and this is going to mix with Hustle. So you can make this as dramatic as you like. If you wanted to add a flick, you can add a flick. I'm adding a bit of Virgin, which was the first colour I used, just above the brow bone to lift it a bit. I'm using my finger, and then I'm going to blend. So then you're going to use this brush again, and I'm going to use a bit of Hustle, and just make sure that you really tap any excess off the brush, and then run it under your lower lash line. Then I'm going to go into the waterline and tightline my eyes. I'm using MAC Smolder. Which I really like. It's not waterproof, which means it wears nicely. You're not left with a really dramatic waterline, which when I'm doing a kind of grungy smoky eye, I think looks really nice. So then I'd probably add an extra layer of mascara to the bottom and an extra layer to the top. This makes a big difference if you've changed your eyeshadow, because you want to get any drop down eyeshadow off your lashes so that they stand out. So that is the finished day to night look using the Urban Decay Naked palette, which if you are watching this in February 2016, you have a chance of winning if you go over to my blog. I'll put everything listed below. If you would like to see anything else with the Naked palette, then leave me a comment. If there is a video that you would like me to do, leave me a comment, and thank you so much for watching.